Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Autumn and Phil. We're back for Cape Talk episode 21. It's been a while.
Yes, it's been. You've been busy. That's what it is.
You've been busy too.
You've
been taking some time off.
Yeah, time off because
self-care.
Yeah.
Self-care.
I
He's
need my
been
mental
busy
health
with that.
days. That's what I need.
Yeah. But we're also live on Facebook today, so that's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah,
we're
so if
trying
you're
to
watching
do.
this on YouTube, you're like, "What are you guys talking about?"
Yeah, it's because we're live too. So.
Yeah.
And it was an exciting week because we had the Gifted finale, we had the Flash return, we have Black Lightning premiere.
Mm-hmm.
But this week, for this episode, we're going to be talking about Black Lightning.
Yeah, because that's the freshest in our minds.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest premiere for CW in 2 years, right?
Yes.
So
yeah.
it's a big deal, and we want to share our thoughts with you guys.
And so obviously beware of spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
And don't mind my shirt. It's a Black Lightning shirt, okay?
I
didn't get this.
You want to turn around?
You can see the sleeves, all right? The sleeves.
You don't want to show the back? Just turn around.
I have to mess up my hair even more. All right, see, it says.
There you go, Black Lightning.
Okay, so I didn't make this shirt. Just wanted to clarify. I would have put
Where'd you get it?
I would have put a hashtag or something. At the Black Lightning premiere, everyone got one, so that was
the
cool.
DC and DC, which you were at. So.
Yes, I was. Yeah.
So check out all her coverage. So
Yeah. And with that, let's get right to it.
Yeah. You saw it before me.
I've seen it 3 times.
Because you had to watch it at the premiere, you watched it for review purposes, and then you
Mm-hmm.
watched it on TV yesterday.
I did, yeah. And so you know what? I don't want to talk. I want to hear what your first impressions were because I didn't get to hear it because a lot of people, we discussed it. We'd already watched it a couple times. So.
I mean, I thought it was a fantastic premiere. Like, they hit it right out of the park. You know what you're getting with this series moving forward, and I hope they keep like the intensity. Right. I think that's the thing. It was so intense. It was watching like one of those like Spike Lee movies, like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's where it was just like, they deal with race, they deal with violence, they deal with all this stuff, but they don't hold anything back. And I was very surprised for a CW show to be like, bitches throwing around everything, and guns, and punching, and like...
And weed.
Like, I'm high right now. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I don't watch Riverdale. I'm sure there's a lot of crap on that, too, but...
Not really.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Little sex and shirtless people.
Oh, I mean, I guess that's a whole other thing. We haven't gotten that yet. But yeah, the intensity was really captured me, and, I just enjoyed it a lot. And the characters are well-defined, and... it's interesting to see to go back to see what happened. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I want to see the origin of Black Lightning and why we kind of got why he stopped, but, to see really what happened and his relationship with Tobias and all those people. It's going to be really interesting to see, and I'm really looking forward to the ride of this whole season.
Yeah, it was a clear vision, and know what it's about, and it's like... What I like to say is, like, it went through 3 seasons of Arrow in, 5 minutes, where he's like, oh, I don't want to be a hero, but I'm gonna be. And then you're like, oh, great, that's over. We don't have to deal with that anymore. Unlike on The Flash and Arrow. So I like that off rip. And how they just dove right into everyone's story. They didn't do any of that, they didn't, what's the terminology for it? Basically, they didn't play dumb. The audience is intelligent enough to know certain things, and the acting was good enough that they didn't have to say certain things. And I just really loved that about it. Yeah,
I really enjoyed how it's not a young 20-something-year-old. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He's clearly pushing 40. He has an adult. A daughter. One daughter's already an adult, and one's at high school, almost like a senior, right? In high school. So he's been around. Yeah. He has been around. So it's really interesting to see this dynamic where it's not, Oliver coming off an island, he's already 23. When it's not the Flash who's 22. I forgot. I mean, we did an episode looking up ages, but it was just they're not young, and so they're not stupid.
Right.
So they can act stupid in a way. But, in Black Lightning, he's not stupid. Yeah. And the people around him are not stupid. So it just, like you said, it doesn't take anything for granted and just, doesn't make us feel stupid. They don't have to handhold us the whole way. So...
You know what was my favorite part of the episode was actually Lynn and Jefferson's relationship.
Who's Lynn again?
The wife.
Oh, okay.
Ex-wife.
The estranged wife.
They were so good together.
Yeah, it's so interesting because it's it's not so clear cut where it's just our marriage just fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
There's a distinct reason why they are not together.
Right.
And we saw a little bit of that when she was like, I can't do this no more. I want a divorce.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because, like, we see that dynamic, but towards the end, they're like, no, go ahead and do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, maybe there's hope for that yet.
Yeah, I keep having to remind myself, Autumn, like, don't say anything about the second episode.
Hey!
I know.
You can say it, go right ahead.
No, I'm not going to, but that unspoken chemistry they have, it's just that scene where they're at the fundraiser, and she's like, oh, by the way, like, you look sexy in that suit. I'm like, yeah, he does. Like,
Was it, I forgot, was it made aware that that's his wife? Or ex-wife?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Because
I thought at that point, I'm like, was it? Like, clearly they had a history together, but I wasn't sure what it was. I don't remember if it was said.
Yeah, they did. And the reason that sucks out to me that I know that they did is because they did talk about the joint custody thing. And how like Anissa got arrested in the first few minutes, which is how we see the scene. It's raining. They're at the police station. You hear the voiceover with the Black Lightning quote that's like something about lightning, justice. I gotta get the exact words, but that's Jennifer, the younger daughter. And then you get the funny thing where she's like, why are you wearing my dress? And she's like, put this on before, Dad has a small animal. But yeah, because she, like, kind of hampers on Jefferson, like, well, why'd you let her get arrested, blah, 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 blah. And then they're like, well, she's an adult, she's financially dependent still.
It's like, and that's what Jefferson was like, well, mentally and financially, no.
Yeah.
So I was like, whoa, okay. But she, like, works. She's like a teacher or something, like a teacher's aide or something.
Yeah. Like,
that's what her job was, the oldest, but she's, like, clearly like an activist in the city.
We haven't seen her in medical school yet, though. They didn't mention that.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So what is she doing at the school,
though? She's a health teacher.
Oh, that's right. She helps at being a health teacher. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, so one's got to be like 17, the other one's got to be like 20.
Yeah, I would even go say
she's in medical school.
16 even for the youngest one.
So she's in medical school already. She already went through 4 years of college, so she's got to be like 22, 23.
Or maybe she's doing like medical on like a doctor's program, so maybe we don't know for sure. But I think you're right. She's probably a bit older. I mean, if you're teaching at a school, you're not going to be like 23,
Yeah, she might be like 24, 25 or something, but I mean, it doesn't matter.
We meet her girlfriend, right?
Whose girlfriend?
Anissa.
No.
Yeah.
Who?
What?
No.
Yeah, we do. Like, then she's like, well, where's Anissa at her girlfriend's? I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember that at all. Where was this? Oh, wait, Anissa is the oldest.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember this at all.
When we didn't meet her, I think she was just mentioned.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And I went right over my head then.
Well, it should have, because that's another, like, I think that caught a lot of people off guard, too, that they didn't, like, explain that further. You know what I mean?
So she's a lesbian, then?
Yeah, but remember what was seen, like, after they go on a run together? The only reason I know that was in this episode is because it was a Sampha song. It was, like,
okay, wait, Jefferson is on a run.
With his daughters.
Yes. Yeah. I don't remember that conversation, though.
It wasn't a conversation. It was just, like, in passing.
Oh, okay.
Because the wife was like, where's Anissa? And then he was like, at her girlfriend's, and that was it. Like...
Okay. I'm thinking girlfriend like a friend.
No, not a friend. Like, more than a friend.
Okay, more than a friend. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So what? So let's break it down. So we got the characters. They're all well defined.
Inspector Henderson.
We got the cop, who's kind of like...
Who's boys with Jefferson, it seems like.
Yeah, but he's also, like, not a fan of Black Lightning either. Because I guess vigilanteism, we need the cop who doesn't like it.
I'm wondering if Black Lightning was different back in the day, though. Like, if he was more, like, in your face about it,
I'm sure. Oh, you mean in this show, you mean?
Because maybe that's why Inspector Henderson has, like, a negative impression. Maybe Jefferson, when he was younger, was, like, more...
Well, I feel like all the cops in these shows, like, we've seen it in Arrow a lot, where it's just like, we're the cops, this is our job.
Right.
It's like, don't take the law into your own hands. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's always been the case, and that's probably the case here, too.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if he was... We don't know how long he's been retired as Black Lightning.
9 years.
9 years.
Yeah.
Because when we had the flashback of, I think that was Nisa, maybe it was the youngest one, where it sees the dad all bloodied up.
I think that was older. She must have been the older one, right?
That was I thought it was the older one because of the hair. So I was like, oh, it has to be the older one.
Yeah.
But that girl was young.
Yeah.
And it seemed like that was the breaking point of the divorce.
Right.
And 9 years from there?
Maybe you're right. It is the younger one, maybe.
I don't know. So the timeline's weird because, like, even the inspector, like, was he a cop? Because he wasn't the inspector for 9 years. He's relatively young, too. He's almost the same.
23 veteran of the force.
23-year veteran?
So I think all the older characters are in their mid-40s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's like the same age as Jefferson, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, was he a cop, a regular cop, when Black Lightning was around?
Maybe, yeah.
So maybe something happened between them.
Right.
I don't know.
And who else we got? Gamby?
Gamby, we see a little bit of.
Yo, I love the tailor shop being the superhero.
It makes so much sense. It reminds me of, like, The Incredibles.
Yeah. The lighting in there, this sounds so stupid, but the lighting in there was so warm and bright.
It was so nice and
really
fancy.
Nice.
Which is what cracks me up because, like, it's in the middle. I don't know, was it in the middle of Freeland?
I think so.
Right? Yeah. There's a whole other thing, like, we'll talk about, like, the town, like Freeland, where it's just, like, not a good place to live, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I think...
Like, it's, like, they made it, like, especially in the first few minutes, where it was, like, rioting, and, like, crime rate is high, and this, and this, and you're like, okay, like I'm trying to, try to liken it to another city.
I think it's supposed to look like and feel like a neighborhood in New Orleans, but they're taking the gang. New Orleans, but they're taking it the gang approach, which kind of has like an LA gang kind of feel to it, from my impression of it. You know, because as far as like, of course it happens in New York, but like on the West Coast, it's like you're gang or you're not. Like when you like are a teen, you know what I mean? Like you make a choice pretty much. And I think that's kind of like, and for survival, when Lala was like, who paid your commissary? Like who got you the best lawyer in the town once you got arrested? Well, like obviously the kid's parents like couldn't do that. So like he relies on the gang for survival, you know what I mean? And I think that's a really interesting, that's an interesting way to have these villains, because these villains are pretty much Jefferson. You know what I mean? Like, it's so real world to him that he looks at the kid Will, who, you know, like, was putting Jennifer in danger. And, like, he can relate to that because, like, that could have been him, you know? And he doesn't, like, look down upon them. Like, sure, he's, like, wants to make sure his daughters in the community are safe, which is why he, like, resorts to putting on the suit. But, like, he doesn't think poorly of them.
Yeah. It's interesting, like his rapport with Lala, right?
Yeah, Latavius.
Yeah, Latavius, but it was like they kept calling him Allah, and I'm like,
I was hearing Octavius, and I said that at the press table. I was like asked a question about Octavius, and everyone's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? It's Latavius," and I'm like, "Damn it!"
Like that's Dr. Octopus.
I know. I was like,
it was like Latavius. It's like he goes to them and like, "Yo, we have a deal," sort of thing.
Yeah.
That was like interesting, and especially the scene where his son, I think that's his son, with the phone, and then like he like reprimands him like really harsh, and then he's like, "Yo, stop." It was funny. I was watching with my father. My father was like, "It's like, no, I agree." I was just like, "All right, whatever." It's like, well, what was wrong with what he did? You just telling him what to like, laying down the law. But anyway.
But when he grabbed him, like,
it was a little
all
rough.
of us were like, "Oh, like he's gonna like beat the shit out of him."
It was
but he was just
rough.
be like, "Don't play video games."
Yeah, it was like a little rough. And it's like interesting because like as his family, and obviously Jefferson has his family,
right? And
they have different ways of parenting. And it's just like, what's wrong? And it's like, it wasn't necessarily wrong. It was a little much, but it was like, is that really wrong?
Yeah.
So it was interesting for him to see as like he's a father, just like I'm a father.
Yeah. It's also like just like you join a gang, you sell drugs, like doesn't make you a bad person. It just makes, and especially in a community like this, it makes you like a person literally trying to provide and like survive. You know, and like I think the showrunner, I heard him speaking about it. He was like, the people who are selling drugs, who are in gangs, like they're not making the drugs. You know what I mean? Like they're coming from outside, not within. You know. So I feel like with Tobias Whale, he's kind of going to be, like, the guy that's, like, in the middle of that. Or, did you hear they mentioned Lady Eve at the fundraiser?
I didn't catch that.
It was like, oh, she has the deep pockets.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But they never showed her.
They didn't show her face.
I was thinking, I'm like, this had to be somebody.
Yeah.
Because they just showed her back. It's like a larger lady and, like, this. like, it looks like New Orleans, but none of them have, like, an accent or anything.
I know.
So I'm like, yeah, it's like Florida. It's almost like Florida to me.
Yeah, because they had that motel that was like...
Yeah, it's like very tropical area. It's like, this is like Florida to me. I don't know. But yeah, that lady is probably going to play something.
Yeah, maybe she's connected to Tobias Whale or is his money source or something.
Yeah. Obviously, Tobias Whale was, like, controlling Latavius.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand. You know that quote, like, now's the time for resurrection or something that he said? What did you... You know, what was he trying to say?
That he knows Black Lightning's back.
Oh.
He knows Black Lightning's back. Because I think he mentions that, actually, in that whole thing. Because he's like, you need to take care of it. Like, he tells Latavius to take care of it.
And he claims to have killed Black Lightning.
Yeah, he thought he killed him, yeah.
Interesting.
So maybe that's that whole when he's, like, bleeding out and everything, that battle, and then I guess he just goes away. Yeah. And he thinks he's dead.
You know that actor is a rapper?
Tobias?
Yeah.
He looked familiar to me.
His name's Krondon, I think he goes by. I'm wondering if that's him in the rap song, like, Black Lightning's back. Like, did you hear that? I was like, oh, what is this? I was like, what is this? Like,
that came out of nowhere.
It really did. It, like, because, like, they're playing, like, a bunch of oldies and stuff, so I was like, oh. But
that might be. He looked familiar to me, though. He did look kind of familiar.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, like, it was just, like, a really well-done episode, because we see, like, we're introduced to everybody. And it's funny, because we're introduced to the older daughters in jail. But then we see, like, the younger daughters just as bad.
I know.
If not worse.
I love her character.
And that cracks with a younger daughter?
Yeah.
It cracks me up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just so weird. Like, I had to, like, my suspension of disbelief was, like, so stupid. Yeah, I'm going to go to a house party. And I get it. And she just lets her go. But I don't know.
What are you gonna...
I don't know.
The thing is, this is what my
I'm like, no, I ain't letting you go nowhere. You crazy?
This is what my mom always said. She's like, they're gonna do it anyway, you know? So the only rule she ever had with me was like, tell me where you're going and who you're gonna be with.
Yeah.
And like, you tell me what time you're about to be home.
I know it's different for like, and I deal with this I've dealt with this with people before where girls get a different, guys get more leeway.
Right, yeah.
I should say. You know what I mean? Like, if we were siblings, my mom would probably let me off way more. Like, yeah, go ahead, as long as you tell me who you're with and where you're going.
Yeah.
As opposed to you by yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just, it is what it is. But, and it's interesting that we saw, like, the youngest daughter is like, she's the princess. They call it, you saw her. Like, she's the princess because she's the principal's daughter, and she's, like, the valedictorian. She's smart and whatever. So everyone's like, oh, she's, like, the smartest girl. She's the queen. But, like, she has, like, that edge to her where she's, like, rebellious in a way. And I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if she's just because she resents the title or resents not her father, but being the principal's daughter. And people are like, oh, you must be this and this and this. And it's like, no, I don't want to be that.
Yeah, I think, you make an interesting point. Like, where does that stem from with her? At first, I was like, oh, is it a reaction to the violence around town? That she doesn't know how to, like, emotionally cope with it? And
it's, like, maybe, but, like, it also, like, how ignorant is she? Like, I don't know if she's ignorant or she's playing ignorant.
You mean to her father?
No, like, to go to the club knowing full well.
That it's, like, a gang
The gang
club.
place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just so ignorant to me. It's just like... like your father is always preaching about this. You see what's going on. And it's like, yeah, I'm just going to go to the club.
That's a natural reaction, though, to, like, do exactly what your parents don't want you
well, that's
to.
what I'm saying. Like, what is
her sister's, like, a goody two-shoes. How can she, like, compete, you know?
Oh, not really. She went to jail.
Yeah, but for a good reason.
I guess. She's just protesting, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just like...
I thought that was interesting that the protest was for the 100 gang and not, like, the police brutality.
Oh, is that what the protesting was for?
Well, I mean, they kind of go hand in hand, but I thought that was interesting they did specify that it was in reaction. Like, the 100 game came and to break up the protest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I thought that was that was interesting.
Can we go back the first scene? Not the first scene when he picks them up from the prison and they're driving home in the rain. Like that was like crazy, and the cop pulled them over. I was like, damn.
That was really well done.
And they were like, "Is this him?" And then the like little Chinese lady's like, and it was like, "All right, bye." It's like, what the fuck is that?
I know.
I would be so upset.
And he was like, I'm like in a suit in a station wagon.
It's like, well, my kid's in the back. It's like, you're gonna just stop me because I look black? Like, yo, because I'm black and tall and whatever.
Yeah. And then his eyes light up. And I love that they didn't, like, hide, you know, he wasn't, like, trying to hide well, he was, but, like, to the audience anyway. It was pretty clear from right on, like, that he was going to be using his powers.
Yeah. But that was crazy. Like, ugh. Like, there's so many things. Like, it's how little time he was as Black Lightning in the episode. And it didn't matter. I was still entertained by the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, Will being taken with, what's the younger? I keep forgetting her name. Jennifer. Really? Okay. It's like taking Jennifer up to Lala's, whatever his name is, his office or whatever, and like, oh yeah, just turn her into like a prostitute, pretty much. It's like, whoa.
And then she punches she like punches him in the nuts or something.
Yeah, like she like told him, oh, it's like, you want me to be your girl, but I see like you're someone else's bitch already.
Yeah. I was like, yo. Oh my god, like.
I was like, yo. And then like.
I want to know like who writes these lines, because the other one with Anissa, when she like flipped him, I was like, what the f is this? And then right off the bat, like in the first 5 minutes, like she's smoking weed. She's like, don't think I'm stoned just means that you're gonna get some.
I know.
I was like, whoa.
No, that whole exchange, I'm like, yo, because it's like. Said, nah, it's not like that. I said, oh, really? Because if I said, yeah, let's do it, you'd be all over me. Yeah. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
I was like, yes!
How old are you?
Like, I know.
Because I'm like, you're saying like she's 16. I'm like, yo, I know when I was like 16, I wasn't really thinking that shit. Girls, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I was
there
crazy.
were some really good lines. What was the other one? The Harriet, like...
Oh, Harriet Tubman? Keep calling her Harriet Tubman?
Oh, man.
But that was crazy because I don't know, were they gonna let her go right after that? After she like kicks the guy in the nuts? I don't think they were gonna let her go.
She got out from because her dad came?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think because he started laughing like, yo, this girl just like fucked you up or whatever. That was nuts.
And when he first goes saves his daughters, he like doesn't suit up, and then he comes home. It's like, and the wife's like, oh, where were you?
And it's funny because like, yeah, because then like the what. Here's the thing. Did they mention why he has custody of them?
They didn't. Yeah, they didn't.
I was like, if that's your wife,
I was wondering that too.
Why? Normally it goes to the wife or the mother, no, custody normally, but why?
Maybe that this episode only took. Maybe they split the houses. You know, like some families do that. Like I had a friend in school who would like go to his dad's for the part of the week, and then the mom's the other half. So maybe we didn't see that, or maybe like she comes by all the time.
Maybe
they seem to be really living there, though.
Yeah, the daughters seem like they live there, and like maybe she lives down the block.
Maybe so they can go to the same school or something. But the mother also seemed to like be really comfortable there. Like,
and it seemed like she like has a key.
Yeah,
like she just walks in and out when she wants. I don't know. But
I find that relationship really compelling.
It's very interesting because, and that's I know it's weird to just be like harping on it, but I was like, why doesn't the mother have custody? And I just don't have an answer. We
still don't know like what she does or anything about her really.
Like I was like, is she like not fit to be a mother, and that the courts thought that, but she seems fine to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe she knew that like she needed time to get over him.
Maybe she just like bounced. And then I gave him custody.
Because it doesn't seem like she had, like, another person in her life.
It seemed like quick, early predictions. Like, she bounced. I can't do this no more. And she left.
I think maybe, yeah.
And then she just recently came back into their lives.
Yeah.
But they don't have any resentment towards her either.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
that was one thing my mom always, like, I didn't realize until later in life that, like, neither one of my parents talk shit on each other. Like, not, and, like, that was, like, really different than a lot of my peers, you know?
I wish that was the case with mine.
And so, like, that really, like, even though I wasn't that close with my father, like, when I was young, I never had a bad impression of him. And that's really important, I think, for kids. Like, even if you know that your other significant other has faults or that you don't, you know, like a certain thing, like, to impress that upon your kid. Yeah. Like, let them make their own decision, you know? Yeah. Like, later.
Yeah, that's it. Like, it's important, especially with a show like this, obviously, all black cast kind of thing, where just, like, the family is, like, pretty good. You know what I mean? It's not a broken home. Yes, they're not together anymore, but it's not a broken home.
Right. And each character still is, like, not perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it was like, he can't keep his promises. That's what drove her to leave him.
But also, it's like, why is she so upset? Like, he's saving people, you know?
But, like, but then he's going to die, and then that leaves her.
I know.
With the kids by themselves.
But I know.
Without a father.
I completely get it, but it provides a dimension to her character because it's like, well, isn't that kind of selfish? You know what I mean? In a way.
Of course, it's selfish.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's one of those things where sometimes it's okay to be selfish.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, it's like no, I'm thinking about my family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, I want my husband to be home and safe.
Yeah.
And not risk his life.
But then remember that scene in the auditorium where never mind. Never mind.
Episode 2.
Never mind.
No more talking from you.
I feel like it could have been in this episode, but oh man, I don't know.
That's funny.
Yeah, but
what other great moment? Oh, it was crazy too when Will came out to the school.
Oh,
I was about to pull
and
that
with the gun. I'm like,
and it's like that kind of seems like okay, it's a little too much, and yet
it's not too much.
And it's not at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like I can see that happening too. It's like who does that?
Yeah.
But yet, yeah.
It happens. Yeah.
Just for that, you know what I mean? It's like I don't know, but that's the guy's head.
Right.
He's very insecure, clearly, and he's like, no, this girl can't. You know, he grew up in that environment. It's like, no, this girl can't talk to me that way.
She can't say no to me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, who the hell is this chick to hurt me and whatever?
Yeah.
So it's just interesting.
Yeah, it is.
You know what? This might be stupid, but it's like I was thinking about the show this morning, and I was like, okay, there's an all-black cast, and like everyone is black. It's like the only non-black people were Gamby, and the cop. The 2 cops.
Which cop?
The ones who pulled him over in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
There's a white guy, and I think that guy
and we'll probably never see them again.
No, and the other cop was like Indian? It was like something like that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, that's interesting.
I want to know more. I'm intrigued by Gamby and his relationship, like how they met.
I'm sure, like...
In the series, at least.
Well, he's older than him. I was going to say, maybe they went to school together, but he's clearly,
I think it's a friend of Jefferson's father.
We never mentioned his father at all.
Yeah. But, I mean, if they follow suit with the comics. In the comics, it's not technically spoiling the show, but in the comics it's actually revealed later on that Gamby killed his father. And that's why Gamby ended up like helping Black Lightning to like kind of redeem story, but he didn't know that until later.
A gang member?
Gamby didn't reveal it till right before he died.
Was he a gang member though?
I think he was like a villain of some sort. Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe they'll follow that route. Maybe they won't. I don't know.
I mean, it seems to say really like Inspector Henderson straight from the comics, Gamby straight from the comics, Tobias Whale straight from the fucking comics.
Well, I like Gamby's actor.
Yeah, he's
like I see.
What's his name?
I don't remember. He was Raiden in the second Mortal Kombat movie, and I know he was also. He's been in so many different things, but everyone who sees him like, oh, that guy.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, that's a good actor.
You know what's interesting about Black Lightning, and I'm not comparing the two because they're two completely different, but tonally speaking, it's a little bit Batman-y. You know what I mean?
Like Gamby's
but Black Lightning's not some privileged, playboy.
Yeah.
You know,
who had his parents killed.
Yeah.
And Gamby's not Alfred.
Gamby has a better, like, more... I like his vibe almost better than Alfred. You know? I don't know, something about when they whipped out like the shoe rack. That was so like unique, you know.
It was nice. It was like a nice place.
Yeah, it felt homey.
Was it a tailor or was it just a shoe place?
Tailor,
it's a tailor, right? It makes sense. He was like, oh, it was funny. He goes down there and it's like this LED high definition screen. I've been working on this, by the way. Yeah. Whoa, what is this coming from?
Yeah.
Well, you make that much money as a tailor? Damn.
Right.
You got like Tony Stark tech down there.
He must be like the freelance like oldest tailor or something.
Seriously, I've been doing this for 100 years. It's fine.
So Black Lightning's powers.
Yeah.
How do you like them so far? I mean, we know he can kind of like not fly, but like kind of fly, not fly all the way.
Well, they haven't really shown it. Like kind of like not glide, but
it's sort of like emerging from the.
I like how they did it. Like it's more like fighting, hand fighting, and it's just like electrified. It's like. And like he does electricity.
People were noticing that Dragon Ball move, where he like kind of spins like this and then ends up.
Oh, he's just like,
yeah,
kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought he killed Will for a second.
So did I.
And then he drops him, and like, I mean, he was obviously like, but it's like his chest is all burnt. So I'm like, shit.
Do you think Black Lightning is gonna kill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he's killed people.
Yeah.
Like I like it would not. It just seems like so easy almost.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm just gonna kill someone.
Yeah. Did you? How'd you like that scene where it shows him in the flashback of that of the
Oh, the clerk, who's like, oh, I watch this every day, every year on my birthday or something.
Mm-hmm.
You mean the clip? In what way though? How do I like it?
Well, it reminded me. You know how the best part of Iron Fist was when they showed the previous footage of the previous Iron Fist.
Oh yeah.
It gave me like chills like that. Of seeing
it was
him.
pretty cool because I liked the old costume, so it was just like, oh, that's cool, and then him just beating the crap out of everybody. And it was very interesting because it was like, people, expecting that Black Lightning is back. It's not confirmed, but people think it's Black Lightning, and so the cops are just like, no, it's bad for society or whatever. But then like they have this not fluff piece, but this piece where the guy's like, oh, if it wasn't for him, I'd be dead.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have grandkids or whatever. So it's just like, oh, that's nice. So it's just like, see, vigilanteism is good.
You don't remember anything about Anissa in this episode?
Why?
Because I really think this is in this episode, but like I'm not sure.
Well, it ends with Anissa getting her powers.
Okay, yeah.
That's where it ends.
Like on the sink.
Yeah, like she wakes up and like having like a heart attack or whatever the hell she's having.
Panic, yeah.
Yeah, so she's like, and then her arms go red.
Oh, she has the nightmares of like the hotel scene, like of the kidnapping.
They don't show it though. They just show her.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, and it like breaks it.
I'm wondering how they're gonna do that because she has like you could do anything with her skill set in the comics. It's like she can like increase her body density pretty much, which like that can do a lot.
They do it on Shield.
Yeah.
The guy does it on Shield. Like, or remember the girl? She could make things lighter or not. She could pass through things.
Yeah.
Or like she could make her cells so like it could pass through things, or she can like harden herself. So you could probably do the same thing with her.
I'm wondering if like she's gonna have like what kind of relationship they'll have.
You think she'll tell him? Oh, you already know. Never mind.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, like she gonna hide it from everybody? Here's another thing. They don't know he's Black Lightning. Right, the kids?
Does Anissa know?
No, I don't think so.
The younger one definitely doesn't know. Because he was like, well, I couldn't see his face because of the...
I don't think Anissa knows. Because even if that was her as a kid, I don't think she'll, like, you could play that off as anything.
But you remember in the principal's office where, like, after he comes to school with the gun and he's like, why didn't you call security, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, well, you don't fight for the community anymore, Dad, or something.
You think that was referring to that?
I don't know.
I like to think, because they, like, literally never bring it up.
Yeah. I feel like Anissa will catch on.
I mean, with her powers, you would think, like, okay, what's going on with me?
Well, I think
like if she knew that he was Black Lightning, I would approach my father and be like, look, something's wrong with me right now.
I mean, I think that she's smart enough to put two and two together pretty fast.
We'll see.
Because, like you said, she's a medical person. She has to know it runs in the family. She's not just getting these powers. And it'll be interesting to see how they explain metahumans in that universe. Does she know of other heroes? Because they mentioned that Black Lightning is considered a vigilante because he's black when all these other white heroes are heroes. So clearly there's knowledge of metahuman, So
yeah, I don't know what heroes they're referring to either.
Yeah, I think they specified other cities.
Because like he could be a vigilante because he's not in cahoots with any law enforcement, and the other heroes could be working with the government or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Like and the Flash is thought of as in a good light. We already know that. Arrow not so much. So that's interesting. He's considered a vigilante. He's not considered a hero.
Yeah.
So
because he kills people. I don't know. It was a really good show, like really well done. A lot of different takes, like on gang violence and
the music was great.
Race and.
Did you watch it with your father? Did you recognize some of the old songs?
No.
Yeah.
No, No, but he's never been a rap person either. So.
Well, it's not rap. It was.
Oh well, no, I don't think he recognized it. You normally would have said something.
Yeah.
Would have been like, oh, that song.
But he liked it too. So like general.
Yeah,
audience.
like he didn't catch the first 15 minutes of it, but then he was doing something else, and then he watched it with me, and he was like, yeah, pretty good.
I'm trying to think about any predictions before we close out, because it just went so fast.
That's how good it was.
I mean, I thought the acting was the best show. I think, too, acting wise.
I wonder how, if like I said, like I would love if they keep the intensity,
Mm-hmm.
but I know it's 13 or whatever how many episode season, so you can't be that intense. Like it's a pilot. So it's like you need to hook people in, and like having this intense episode will definitely do that.
Yeah.
So we'll see how like the second episode and subsequent episodes go from here.
I heard the showrunners told someone that he already has 3 seasons mapped out, and preferably it wouldn't go beyond that. And he was like, "I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but it's true." So I don't know. It could be he clearly has like a very specific vision, you know. So maybe it won't lose intensity.
Maybe.
Because, like, The Flash and Legends, they had no fucking plan.
No, and then they were going past season 1, I feel.
They had no fucking plan. Arrow past season 5, I guess, but they clearly didn't have it mapped out all the way, you know?
No.
So, it'll be interesting. The Flash is, like, flailing right now. It's really not that good of a show right now. Especially after I watched Black Lightning, I was like, why am I watching this? Like... You know, though, like, it was, like...
It's two different... It's funny how they put one right after the other, because it's, like, so cookie-cutter.
I know.
And then, like, going to Black Lightning, it's like, whoa.
It's, like, a whole nother level.
Like, what is this world I just went into?
In my review, it's, like, I didn't even want to mention the other shows, because I just feel like it's, like, rude, you know?
No, it's his own thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, like, I feel like since they're all older, we get more adult, you know, themes.
Mm-hmm.
The acting is normally better when you're older. Yeah. And clearly the intensity with, like, F-bomb and bitch and drugs and killing and guns and...
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is, like, crazy.
Just those micro things, like, I love when he walked into the house and he's like, hey, yo, like a dad would, you know what I mean? That, like, you wouldn't see on other shows, you know? Maybe Joe would do that, I don't know.
Joe would do that.
Yeah. But...
That's what I appreciate is, like, the dynamic is different. Because he's a father, and you know, like he's a father, so he's not single. Sorta is, but not really. But he has other people to think about. It's like, no, I'm not just thinking about myself or like my extended family. It's just like, no, I really have blood, kids, right there.
I like how he doesn't talk to his daughters like children either.
I mean, they're not children though.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, he talks to them like peers. I loved when he was like, I'm not going to treat my students like prisoners.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
That was an interesting theme. It's like, oh, they all go to jail anyway. Or they know people, it's just like, they know people in jail.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, why, this should be like a haven for them.
And like, they're showing like a thriving school, maybe that's in an impoverished neighborhood, and not like a crumbling school in an impoverished neighborhood, which I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like, they're really like not doing the stereotypes at all. Like, they're defying like for example, Jefferson, like, it's clear how emotionally like vulnerable he is, and they didn't like shy away from that, you know, with his wife or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked that, and I liked how obviously the girls are sticking up for themselves. They don't need like teaching from anyone on that. Like, that's just the way they are, you know. So like, there's like really not any like stereotypes here. They defy the stereotypes of the gang members right off rip. You know, that they're not like, they establish them as human, you know? So it's just really like really applaudable for these writers. Mm-hmm. I wonder how long it took them to write this series.
That's a good question.
Because it's just like, this is someone who's been thinking about this.
Are the writers black?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, it's just it's like, so like, how many giraffes?
But then again, if you're a black man, you're a father of two kids, you know, this is your life, you know, so it's almost like, you know, obviously it's coming from, you know, a very personal place.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that really shines through. But
yeah, it's a great show. I can't wait to see more of it and where it's gonna go. But yeah, it was
like the New York Times, you know, wrote up a review. I was like, wow, that's awesome. Yeah, you probably wouldn't. I doubt they did like any of the other shows. Like
you know, it was interesting because like it was getting a lot of press because I feel like the race aspect is a big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's just well done, and it's getting it was like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, I think.
Yeah.
The first episode.
Yeah. So I mean, I couldn't come up with a negative in my review.
No.
Like I literally couldn't.
Everything would be like, I guess, nitpicky. It's like nothing that like took me away from that.
Yeah.
Everything seemed purposeful.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, his costume's weird. You know what I mean?
I mean, it was, but it's like it doesn't take away from the enjoyment of my show.
Yeah,
the show,
yeah.
You know. It's
and
like,
who knows? Maybe it'll like develop. What did someone just?
That's someone. I don't know.
Who wrote that and why? Please explain
Rocco.
Yourself, Rocco.
Maybe it was Jen.
But
any closing remarks?
no, just 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Give us a preview of episode 2.
Episode 2, honestly, it really just builds on everything in episode 1. And it doesn't really introduce anything else, but it really just expands on it and will make you deeper invested in these characters. So that's what I'll say about this. Yeah.
Okay.
It presents some season-long arcs.
Okay.
For each character. And, you know, I will say there's a lot of death. A lot of death.
Death? Like, people die?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's and it's not handled in a way like any of the other shows. So I think that audiences are really going to be taken aback because it doesn't slow down. The action doesn't stop. So yeah.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, I want to work on a story where I'm going to go back and read because they gave us in year 1 at the event, and I kind of want to. Because you can tell Black Lightning's going to have some kind of sharp tagline. When he was like, no, I'm just pissed off. You know, I loved that line when he's just like, nice car, dude. Like, not so nice anymore. So I kind of want to go back in the
dad jokes. That's really all it is, dad jokes. I'm like, oh, God, why?
So I kind of want to go back and just kind of put together some of my favorite smart-ass lines and kind of just...
From the first episode?
Or no, from the comic books, to see if there's anything that really sticks out that maybe they'll include.
So what was, you teased on social media, Tony Isabella, the creator, was happy that one line was put in the pilot?
Yeah, it was that, it was that line in the first, 30 seconds of the voiceover. It's Black Lightning's, tagline. Just... Where? Oh, it's in my review.
You know, we're live. Dum.
People have waited this long with us, so we have a nice, 6 viewers, so I think that if this internet will work, that it's probably not.
All right. That's fine.
Yeah, well, someone that's watching, that's an editor, should throw the link of my review in there and into the chat. And you guys will see the quote that Phil and I are speaking about that Tony Isabella said brought him to tears when he watched the episode because it's vital to understanding.
Wait. So was it Get Lit?
The Get Lit thing did not work on social. I think it was the hashtag was Gimme the Light that people were using, and Get Lit clearly.
Give me the green light. 'Cause I'm ready to go.
That's too funny. But, Give Me the Light, I think, has more of a ring to it.
Get Lit.
Yeah. We got Dat Flash, Give Me the Light, Dembos. I don't know what the Legends one is, but yeah. Give me the light. Give me more light, CW. I want to see this second episode. But yeah.
That's funny. Yeah.
What's the rating for you?
Oh, yeah, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I went in with no expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I know people were praising it all over the place, but I was like, all right, let me just go in.
Yeah.
I was like, I recorded it. I was like, I'll watch it later. But I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm here. Let me watch it now. And I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it would have been lost on me if I just waited till later in the night.
It was trending all night.
It was.
Yeah. Strong.
Because I think it was the number 1 trend for a while.
Yeah.
Twice. Once when the Eastern one went on and the Western feed went on.
Oh, so here's the quote. It finally loaded. Justice, like lightning, should ever appear to some men hope, to other men fear. Yeah. So that was the one I think that made Tony a little teary.
little teary.
So, but anyhow, all right, guys. Well, that's it. We'll catch you maybe later this week for a Gifted finale situation.
Yeah.
There's a lot to talk about here.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Earlier.
We probably shouldn't have done that, but
that's fine.
So that's a wrap for episode 21. The video will be on YouTube if you guys, I don't know, are catching the tail end of this or something, would rather maybe watch it on the go. Hit us up on YouTube and Twitter at Player.One and at Cape Talk Podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
Later, guys.